Hello and good morning YouTube. It's me again, out on the big bike again today. Not a little project bike today. We're out on the big one, the BMW G650 X Country, cross country, whatever you want to call it. I've done some adjustments to it today. Adjusted the suspension, it's a bit squidgier today, which is quite nice. And it's sort of made it a little bit lower seat height. I can almost flat foot it now, so. Still got loads of grunt though. Bit hard jumping on it. It's the first time I've ridden this since I took the little CBF 125 out, and totally different riding styles. I initially whizzed up the road on this, giving it a handful, and the front wheel was trying to come off the ground, and I thought, oh no, this isn't the 125, this is the big boy's bike. Had to rein it all in and remember how to ride this one, which actually brings me on to the subject I was going to chat about today. Today I was going to talk about does size matter? Little pause there just to get you thinking. Ladies will all be shouting, yeah, of course it does. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about motorcycles. So get your mind out of the gutter and let's talk about, does size matter on motorcycles? Well, as you know, if you watch my videos, or if you've seen any of my older videos, I've only just progressed up to the 650. I couldn't have started on it because I've had a full license for years, so I could have started on it, but I started on the 250s and then I've progressed up to this. So does size matter? Not really. I mean, I've gone up to this bigger beast purely to challenge myself. Nothing more. I'm not going to go any faster. I'm not looking for more speed. It's got a lot more grunt down the bottom end, which is very nice. You don't have to rev the nuts off it. So it's a different style of riding, as we were talking about just now. But does size matter? I would say no, it doesn't really. Say I've come from a 250 to this, and if you watch my previous video on my project bike, which is a Honda CBF 125, which I bought to do up and sell and hopefully make a bit of profit on when the warmer weather comes. When I was riding that, I was having just as much fun as I do when I'm riding this, but it's a different sort of fun, you know. With the smaller bikes, where you've got to use revs and gears, it's a load of fun doing that, absolutely, because you've got to carry more speed into corners, and you know, it's a totally different way of riding. With the bigger bike, this monster, I'm still getting used to it. I'm still not quite used to whooshing into corners fast on this, because it's so high up that I'm not used to sitting up so high, so I sort of don't like going around corners too fast on it yet. I probably will when I get used to it. I'll probably say, yeah, it's a fantastic thing to ride. But yeah, so does size matter? Not in my eyes, no. A lot of people say, oh yeah, you've got to have a big bike. You've not ridden a bike till you've been on a big bike. But you have. Believe me, if you're on two wheels, it's got an engine and gears, then you're riding a bike. It don't matter if it's a 125, don't matter if it's 100. It don't really matter if it's a 50. You're riding a motorcycle. And if it suits your needs, then you shouldn't be rushing to get onto a big bike. I mean, I haven't rushed onto a big bike. I think I've taken the sensible route of getting onto a bigger one. I do like it. I do like being on a bigger one. It's nice sitting up here. This is my preferred riding position, sitting upright, because that's how I used to ride when I was a teenager on the bikes that I had then, and most of the bikes, apart from one, all through my years of riding, were all sort of naked, sit-up type bikes. Never this type, never this dual sport type, which is rather high. But yeah, but you don't really need a huge bike. You know, if you're doing a huge amount of miles and you're touring the country or touring Europe, then it's probably more advantageous to have a bigger bike. But if you're looking at a daily use, you know, you're a commuter and you're doing, I don't know what the average commute is, probably 30 miles, is it, the average commute? Any bike could do that, to be honest with you. You know, this one would do it. And the little 125s would do it. They won't do it with so much ease, but they'll do it. And they're all fun to ride, every single one of them. You know, they're just, bikes are fun. Bikes are fun, and if you ride them right, you can have as much fun on the smallest bike as you can on the biggest bike. Now, fun doesn't relate to speed in my eyes. It does in some people's eyes, probably. They're not having fun until they're doing 130, 140 miles an hour on their R1s and such like. You haven't got to go over 100 miles an hour to have fun, believe me. On your little 125s, you boys are still having fun. So there we are. The subject of does size matter on a motorcycle? My answer, no. You'll have as much fun on a small bike as you will on a big bike. It's a different sort of fun, but it's still fun. So to me, size doesn't matter, and that's not the reason I've gone bigger. As I said, I've gone bigger to test myself, to see if I can handle bigger, basically. So that's the end of that one, tubers. Please give us a like if you liked it, give us a dislike if you didn't. Leave a comment. Do you think size matters? Share the video. Do all the things you know you got to do. And I'll see you next time on Riding a Bike. See you later, tubes. Bye bye now.